Today, we are looking at 3 really cool loft listings in the city, and they do decrease in price. So we're seeing quite a wide range of them, and I'm really, really excited for you to see them. I feel like I have looked at every loft property that has existed in the city of Chicago. I love anything cool, funky, and unique, and this first one is absolutely no exception to that rule. So this is 1684 North Ada Street. Its location is like kind of in the Clybourne corridor, sort of Bucktown area. This is probably a location where you're going to definitely want a car, which is not a problem because this property has 4 parking spots. You have 2 indoor parking spots and then also this completely private and gated driveway. This loft is listed at $2 million, which is specifically crazy because it is only a 1-bed, 2-bath. It is something that you could convert and easily make it into like a 2 or 3 bed if you wanted to, but in its current state, it is only a 1. It is 3,400 square feet though, so it is pretty stinking huge. And this property I'm actually really familiar with because it used to be listed for photo shoots. I've seen people do bridal photos here or like brand photos, different things like that. It is a stunning place, very moody, super unique, timber ceilings, concrete walls. I am obsessed with this one. If you were to purchase this and do 20% down, your monthly all-in would be $12,096. You do not have an HOA fee on this one because it is technically a single family home. Let's go ahead and just jump in and take a look at some of these pictures because she's so cool. All right, so this is that private driveway I told you about. I'm obsessed with the vines on all of the walls. Ugh. It's just such a neat building. So the concrete walls, they have it set up very much like a work-live sort of space right now. They have this big desk, these chairs. You can see how it would work really, really well as a current photo studio. The staircases, just the industrial look overall, the big black framed windows. I think it's so beautiful. I love this staircase. Everything's just like sleek and industrial. Ugh. This is your main living room space. Couple things I'm obsessed with here. Number one, that light fixture I think is phenomenal and such a cool choice for the space. The fireplace, the fact that it takes up the entire wall, such a cool piece. Love the stacked firewood against it. Like, one thing to note, I don't think someone has lived in this as a primary residence. This isn't set up for like a TV and stuff. So right now it is a very cool spot to take photos, but like you'd have to change things a little bit if you wanted to live in this as your primary residence. But like maybe you're not a TV person and that is an absolutely phenomenal place to be able to sit and curl up with a book. This is that 1 bedroom with these French doors coming off of it. I love all the matte black, very just like sleek and minimal. The bathroom, stainless steel, which would be really easy to clean, but also just so cool to look at. In your kitchen, like, see, if you were going to live here, you would have to make modifications. There is just simply not enough cabinet space in here, but I could see this working really well as a really high-end Airbnb because it's not something that you would need a ton of cabinet space for, but big fan of all of the stainless steel. This has given me inspo for a future loft one day of, I think, stainless steel kitchen. So neat. I can't tell if I think it'd be super easy to clean or a big pain in the butt to clean, but I do think it would wear really well, and I don't think that it would get outdated. This is a private roof deck, so they have these tool lounge chairs up there and then the bench seating in the background. Just the brick with the ivy, all the components of this are absolutely drool worthy. And then to look at a general floor plan, this is floor 1. This is a garage, your patio area. You have 3 different entrances off of the patio. This is that large living room space down below, bathroom, utility closet, foyer, which leads to the staircase to get upstairs, which is going to be your main living area, where you have the outdoor balcony, your bedroom, walk-in closet, bathroom, kitchen, and then the living room space with the fireplace. Do I think she's practical? Absolutely not. But do I think it is one of the coolest listings I've ever seen? Absolutely. I like this one. All right, so we started off with a hefty price point of $2 million. So let's go ahead and see what you can get for just under $1 million in Chicago. Welcome to 400 South Green Street, Unit 310, going for $935,000. It is a 3-bed, 3-bath, and it is 2,800 square feet. This one is in West Loop, Greektown sort of area. I've actually been in this building myself. Alex and I looked at a loft here for us back in the day. One thing that I want to note with that is this is a timber building. That's one thing I always look for when helping my clients purchase lofts. Is your building timber or is it concrete? Our building is concrete because it used to be a printing press building. So we have like super thick concrete between your floors. We literally can never, ever, ever hear our neighbors, which is amazing. But in timber buildings, generally speaking, you get a lot more sound travel and you'd be able to hear things like footsteps or dogs barking. If you're not noise sensitive, it's just kind of the nature of the beast of getting a really cool timber loft. But if you are noise sensitive, I always like to point it out. Your HOA fee is $913 a month. So that definitely is a huge added cost. If you were to do 20% down, your approximate monthly all-in would be $7,140 a month. So this one is a duplex, meaning that it is 2 stories, and the building itself used to be an old elevator building. There are just so many cool factories in Chicago that have been turned into loft buildings, and I absolutely love that. This unit technically does not come with any parking off the bat, but it does have a tandem spot that you can purchase for an additional price. But here is your main living room space. So super beautiful timber ceilings. Absolutely love those. I love that they kept the timber in the staircase. I think that that's really fun. Big windows, so that's really nice because you'll get lots and lots of natural light. I believe this is facing east, but I need to double check that. But you can see down below is a very, very large, wide open floor plan, and it's nice that you have all the windows there. They have it set up with this really big couch, big TV, and then a full dining table. That is a 10-seater dining table, which is cool. Kitchen is kind of tucked off to the side here. I feel like you could do a lot more with this kitchen. Like, it looks very nice as it is, but I would probably do like additional cabinetry, maybe a wet bar right here to give added storage. But I am a big cook, so I know that's something that not everybody needs, but is always very top of mind for me. It's not a bad kitchen. I feel like you could do a lot more with it. The kitchen island definitely gives it a lot of good storage. I love just the wide open feel of this loft. A lot of times in lofts, they feel more like a gunshot unit where it's very long and skinny. So you have one window or like maybe a balcony or sliding doors in the front, and then the entire unit just gets further and further set behind. Kind of similar to like our main bedroom is back behind that wall, and so it's pretty dark over there, and all of our windows are up here. Even still, ours is wide because our kitchen is off of the windows too. Long story short, I love any sort of wide floor plan in a loft where you can get more windows because I don't love the narrow ones. They just feel a little bit dark to me. This feels like such a good, huge amount of space. Love that there's a ceiling fan too. You don't often see ceiling fans in lofts. All right, this is upstairs. This is in the primary bedroom. Big windows there. I think I'd move my bed. I'd probably have this oriented differently, but tons of closet space, another ceiling fan. Love the freestanding tub in the bathroom. Dual vanity, but it's kind of a small dual vanity. Like, you don't have a lot of space to put things on there, but still 2 sinks nonetheless. Standing shower, favorite sort of bathroom setup. I love when you have a standing shower, but then separately have a tub. I just think it makes it so much easier to clean, and you can do your daily showers in the shower, but the bathtub's there when you need it. This is the secondary bedroom. So this one is a little bit more long and narrow, but still that seems like plenty of space. I've got to assume this is a queen size bed. Oh, this is an office space off of that primary bedroom. So that's pretty cool. This is a huge desk. That is a massive desk. I feel like you could do a lot with this space. I feel like if you have a baby, you can make this into a nursery. An office is pretty cool too. No sort of door on this doorway, but I do like that it's arched. Then we have another bathroom here, standing shower in that one, and then the third bathroom here. So all 3 bathrooms are full bathrooms, which is nice. You do have washer and dryer in unit, which is sometimes a little bit harder to find in lofts as well. Wow, do I wish they moved those shoe boxes. That's just an eyesore. This is the hallway that leads downstairs to the main entrance. Okay, so looking at a floor plan, I always love looking at a floor plan after the pictures. I think it's so much easier to kind of comprehend once you see it all. So you have your foyer here, you have coat closet coming in this way, you've got storage. They've got a good amount of just random storage places, which is nice. Full bathroom down here. You've got your kitchen, dining area, living room. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a fireplace, but maybe I'm wrong. And then back here, more storage. And then this bedroom actually has 2 entrances, but they are loft walls. I don't know that there is a fully enclosed bedroom. Oh, you know what I'm realizing is that office that they're using is actually what they consider to be the 3rd bedroom. So it's that one bedroom that was a little bit long and skinny down on the bottom. The den sort of area that they have set up as an office as 1 bedroom. And then this huge area is what they have as the primary bedroom. That's kind of interesting because it is a little bit of a funky floor plan to be able to work with. It seems like there's enough space that you could do these configurations of bedrooms better up here, but it's hard because you have only the windows on the one side. Interesting. And then in the back, you have that full primary bath. Let me know. What do you think of that one, especially in comparison to the first? All right, so we've looked at one that's 2 mil. We've looked at one that's 1 mil. This one actually just sold, so it's no longer available, but it sold for $540,000. When did this sell? End of March. This is 2804 North Lakewood Avenue, Unit 209. So this unit is in Lincoln Park off of Diversey. Lofts are not easy to find in Lincoln Park. There are some, and there are some really cool buildings up there, but there's just not as plentiful as you would find in, let's say, South Loop and West Loop. This unit is a 1-bed, 2-bath. It is 1,598 square feet. It was only on the market for 3 days, so this sold super fast. And then your HOA fee is actually decently modest at $421 a month. Doing the math on all of that, if you were to do 20% down, which is just about $100,000, you'd be looking at $3,995 a month for this. All right, let's take a look at her. I love me a spiral staircase. We have a spiral staircase here in ours, and I just think that they are such a cool and funky design piece that you cannot get everywhere. Love, love, love. This is your main living room bedroom space. Here it is without furniture. I think this is a lot easier to see. You're on the second floor, but it is tree lined, so that's pretty cute. This checks my box of that big open sort of feeling. The fact that you have the corner, so much natural light would be able to come in. You do have timber. However, I believe this building is only 2 stories, so you don't have anybody above you. So a lot less of a concern in that regard. Some really cool light fixtures going on. Love just like the big open expansive feel of this unit. Spiral staircase is super cool. And I also like that it's a little bit off to the side and it kind of breaks up the space nicely. You could then feel like you have a dining area versus a living room. Kitchen, again, this one honestly is kind of the same size as the last one. I will point out it has this Smeg fridge, which is super cute, but it is smaller. So not super ideal if you buy a lot of bulk groceries. I don't know what this is, but I feel like this is underutilized space and I could think of something really fun and funky and creative to do there, like dog food bowls or trash can would be really inconvenient because you'd have to go around to get there. But I don't know, I feel like something could be done there. Kitchen overall though seems pretty good. I would have personally probably done regular cabinets up top here instead of these. I don't love these types of cabinets and I think it would have just added more storage, but I do love that the timber beam comes down through the kitchen and they left that there. That looks beautiful. And I believe they're like this light mint green, which is kind of fun, but I can't tell that for sure, to be honest. We've got brick and the big windows. You can tell they do have the roller blinds on them, which is really nice. Window treatments are absurdly expensive. It's like one of those things that people don't really think of, and then you look into them and you're like, why are these costing so much? Here is one of the 2 baths. Standing shower. It looks like it was recently renovated. It looks really nice. I have no complaints here. You do have storage under the sink, which is nice too. And then this is going to be your second bathroom. So this bathroom does have the shower tub combo, and then your vanity is there. So no storage like really at all in this one is one thing to point out. And then here is the floor plan. I don't feel like we saw the bedroom at all, which is interesting, but it's a pretty self-explanatory floor plan. You come in foyer. Here is that big living room space. Wait a second. I think we have more to see because we haven't seen upstairs yet. You've got your dining area, living room area, spiral staircase, bedroom, the ensuite. This one is the one with the standing shower, which would be my preferred. And then your laundry and utility room is how you get to that second bathroom, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so here this is set up with someone's furniture. There are so many small rugs in here. Oh my gosh, I absolutely hate that. Big rugs are bust. Small rugs make me want to tear my eyes out. Oh. I love seeing things empty. I just love seeing empty listings. That is my preferred. Okay, that's better. Wow, interesting choice up there. Okay, I really want to see the bedroom and upstairs, and I get to see neither. I'm wondering if upstairs goes straight to the roof and you have roof rates, because it's not seeming like there's actually a second floor up there. And I'm really confused at why they don't show the bedroom at all. Okay, did confirm you have 1,500 square feet of roof rights that you could build a private room and a roof deck above you from the spiral staircase. So I don't think that there's anything up there currently. Oh, and one other thing to note, this is a walk-up 2-story building with no elevator, but it is nice that there is nobody above you then. Okay. Interesting. Well, that is the 3 lofts I'm going to share with you today. Let me know what your thoughts were. What design elements are your favorite? I love hearing from you. I hope you found this one interesting. If you are looking to buy, rent, or sell in the city, I do have my Jot Farm link in the description box, so feel free to fill that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.